ముందుగా ప్రియమైన విద్యార్థులకు మరియు వారి తల్లిదండ్రులకు నమస్కారం. నా పేరు కె వెంకన్న జూనియర్ కాలేజ్ చైర్మన్. నేను ఈ రోజు 10th క్లాస్ విద్యార్థులను దృష్టిలో పెట్టుకొని మాట్లాడడం జరుగుతుంది. అది ఏమిటనగా, మనందరికీ తెలుసు, గత 2 సంవత్సరాలుగా కరోనా కారణంగా విద్యార్థులు ఎటువంటి పరీక్షలు రాయకుండానే పై తరగతులు పంపడం జరుగుతుంది. ఫలితంగా ఐఐటి జేఈఈ మరియు నీట్ లాంటి జాతీయ స్థాయి పరీక్షలను సాధించడం కష్టతరం అవుతుంది. దీనిని అధిగమించడానికి మరియు 10వ తరగతి పరీక్షలో అత్యధిక మార్కులు సాధించడానికి నేను మీ ముందుకు కె వెంకన్న జూనియర్ కాలేజ్ ప్లాట్ఫామ్ ద్వారా అనుభవజ్ఞులైన అధ్యాపకులచే ఉచిత వీడియో క్లాసులు, హ్యాండ్ రిటన్ నోట్స్ మరియు గత ప్రశ్నపత్రాల సమాధానాల విశ్లేషణ ఇవ్వబడును. కాబట్టి నేను విద్యార్థులకు చెప్పదలుచుకున్నది ఏంటంటే, ఈ ఉచిత వీడియో క్లాసులను మరియు హ్యాండ్ రిటన్ నోట్స్లను క్లాస్ రూమ్ లో కూర్చొని చదువుకున్నంత సీరియస్ చదువుకోవాలను. ఇంకొకటి ఏమిటనగా, ఈ యొక్క క్లాసులు విన్న వెంటనే అర్థం చేసుకొని ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయవలను. ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయడం అంటే కేవలం చదవడం కాదు, పేపర్ మీద రాయవలను. అలాగైతే గుర్తుండిపోతుంది. దీంతో పాటు మీ యొక్క నాలెడ్జ్ ని పరీక్షించుకున్న కొరకు త్వరలో ప్రీ ఫైనల్ పరీక్షలు కూడా నిర్వహించబడు. ఈ యొక్క అవకాశాన్ని సద్వినియోగం చేసుకోవాలని 10th చదివే విద్యార్థులకు విజ్ఞప్తి చేస్తున్నాను.
A few years later, a war breaks out and the enemy was very strong. The enemy camp started making their own preparations and plans to attack the Potter's country. So thus the king of the Potter's country was very much worried, and he started thinking as to whom he is supposed to appoint as the army general in order to face such a huge army which is staying in the other side. The king worried and wondered how he could save the country. He wanted a brave man to lead the army. A brave man can always make the country better or can defend one's own country. One of his ministers spoke to the king about this brave potter. One of the ministers told, there is a potter there who captured the tiger single-handed. Thus, the king was very happy, is enthusiastic to meet that particular potter or the person who was very brave. He called the potter, made him the general of the army, and ordered him to lead the army into battle the next day. He immediately called the potter. He just invited him with much honor, and the king immediately told to the potter, this is the situation. The opponent enemy, the opponent army is very strong, and as I have heard, you have captured the tiger single-handed. Now here is your turn to contribute your share in saving the country, and so on. The king requested the man to take care of that particular country. But the potter was very worried because he never carried a sword and had never rode a horse. As you know, potter really did not ride a horse, did not catch a sword. His profession was totally different. He never had the exposure to the fighting and all other things. So thus, this particular potter was worried, troubled, and was thinking what to be done, what he is supposed to do, because he never had exposure to these things. Therefore, he wanted to practice riding the horse and catching the sword and how to fight. So first he wanted to practice riding a horse, because if he doesn't ride a horse and if he doesn't have the practice being an army general, if he doesn't know how to ride a horse, people would laugh at him. And the opponent enemy, if they know that this person doesn't know and doesn't have war tactics, then immediately they would capture the country. So thus, the potter wanted to practice riding the horse. He woke up early the next morning and climbed onto the horse's back with great difficulty. The potter was very short and not very very strong. So the next morning, early morning, he went into the stable. He took something in order to climb onto the horseback, and then he wanted to get onto the horseback. So when he went into the stable, he started searching the horses, which were very very small according to his height. So as he was searching, he saw a horse which was almost very small. That particular horse actually was trying to escape from fighting. So it was a kind of lazy horse. It was very good, very strong, but lazy one. So that horse wanted to escape from fighting. So it was acting as if it was short. So this particular potter was very happy. He thought that, see, I am very short and the horse also is short, so it shoots me so that I can climb onto that. So this particular person selected the horse, and now he wanted to get onto the horse. And now, after getting onto the horse, he told to his wife, you see, I am unknown to the horse riding. I am a novice, I am a new person to ride a horse. So I may fall down anywhere. The moment the horse jumps and starts running, I may fall. So he asked his wife to tie his feet to the stirrups. Stirrups are the ones where you keep your legs. So the D-typed iron frames which are there onto the horse where you keep your legs are called as stirrups. And here he told to his wife, you tie my legs to the stirrups so that the persons, those who see, whenever I just do riding, I won't fall down. Next, his wife tied his feet firmly to the stirrups and tied the two stirrups together. So first what his wife did was, he tied the potter's legs to the stirrups, and then from down of the horse she again joined two stirrups so that even if he turns that side, this side, even if the horse jumps in any position, he may not fall down. So that is what the potter's wife did. She also tied it to the saddle. She also tied it again to the saddle. So when this all process was going on, the horse was becoming impatient. So it was whooping. It was just simply thumping the feet without any rest. So it became impatient, and then what happened? Suddenly the horse jumped freely and galloped out of the stable. So when this particular horse became impatient, so it just suddenly jumped and started galloping out of the stable. And then what happened? The potter firmly held the horse's neck and prayed to all the gods to save his life. As you know, whenever we have difficulties, we do remember about God and God's presence. We feel God's presence only when we enter into difficulties. When we are good, when everything is fine with us, we never remember God and God's presence. And we remember God's presence only when we have difficulties, troubles and worries. So here also this potter started praying to all the gods to save his life. And what happened? The horse galloped through the streets, the city gates, and headed towards the enemy camp. You may ask, see, if any person galloping on the horse in the night, what are these guards, sentries doing? Here, he was the army general, and he has all the right to go anywhere, to do anything in the kingdom. So no sentry really stopped him. The moment they saw him, they thought, oh, he is going on a check. So that as you have, police patrol. So here also they thought that he was going in such a way. So no one stopped him. The potter grabbed a branch when they came across a sapling. So the horse started running through the streets. Afterwards, it ran out of the gate and it was running towards the enemy camp. And the potter thought, that is the end of my life, and my life is going to end today. As he was going, he saw a palm tree, big palm tree, which was almost rotten or in a very pathetic situation. So he just simply grabbed that tree so that the horse won't move. But to his dismay, what happened was that fell on his shoulders. When the sentry from the enemy camp saw him with a tree in one hand and reins in the other, he thought the rider must have been the general who had captured a tiger with his bare hands. And here, as the horse was riding, in the other camp, the enemy camp, there were sentries, those who guard the enemy camp. The main sentry looked at the horse coming, and he also saw that the army general carrying tree in one hand and the reins in the other hand. So the sentry mistook that this particular army general who captured the tiger single-handed is coming towards the enemy camp to destroy the camp. He just got very much afraid, so he started he started making the other army alert. Immediately he let out loud cries warning his men of the famous tiger general who was rushing towards them to attack. So he immediately made them alert, made them to get awake and then to escape. Look, here is the army general, tiger general who captured the tiger single-handed. Anyone who has hopes on your life, please fled away and then save your lives. That's what the sentry started shouting. And all the people started getting afraid and then they fled away. The frightened soldiers fled. Even their king followed his soldiers, leaving a letter in the tent. Even the king also was very much afraid, and he also fled away from there, and then he also escaped from there, leaving a letter saying that we surrender and we no more will conquer your kingdom because we don't want to lose our battle. The potter was surprised to find the camp empty. See, the horse, as it was galloping, it came near to the enemy camp and then stopped. And the potter was very much perplexed, anxious, and then worried what would happen. But if there are people in any area, so many people, at least slightest sound you find. But the enemy camp was completely empty, completely silent. So this army general or the potter felt what has happened, and he just got down and went into that particular tents and then found a letter in the king's tent. And then,
hello students, my name is R.K. Pandey. I have done my B.Tech from IIT Kanpur from electrical engineering. I teach chemistry in K. Venkana classes. I head the chemistry department. The main facility of K. Venkana classes is all the faculty are very rich in experience, and they have taught students who have secured single and double digits. They have got very good ranks in JEE and NEET. So if you are serious for your career and if you want to pursue your career in engineering or medical, you are surely welcome here. The facilities includes not only the top tier teachers, but the other facilities like doubt clearing sessions and other academic as well as personal treatment that is provided by this institute.
he immediately thought that yes, it is what, okay, that I have done, everything is done well, and even without my fighting, even without doing anything, everything went on well. So now he is trying to show that he has done something great thing. So he took the letter and then he came back home and he handed over to his wife, saying that, so this is what happened. You take, after in the morning, you take this letter to the king, hand over to the king, and tell to the king that my husband struggled all throughout the night a lot, and then he just chased away all the enemy army, and he has brought a letter to you that you have won the battle. So this is what he told, the potter told to his wife to tell to the king. And Here, he asked her to take the letter to the king and tell him that the enemy had fled. And his wife gave the letter to the king and he read it. The wife took the letter, and whatever the potter told to his wife, she told the same thing to the king, and king was overjoyed, because even without losing a single soldier, even without investing anything on that, such a big battle, if it is won, who does not feel happy? So thus also the king. He congratulated the potter and rewarded him so well that he did not need to work again. The king was very happy. So he gifted him, rewarded the potter a lot. And thus the potter had to work no more. And he had enough and more to live all throughout his life. And here, he never wanted to fight, he never wanted to catch sword. And thus, so he never had the chance to catch the sword again, because he was there and all the people, those who are in the surrounding kingdoms, they were really afraid of this particular tiger general, as he captured the tiger single-handed. So in that way, the neighboring kingdoms never attacked and the tiger general never had to fight again. Now here, when you look at all those things, thus an ordinary potter became a brave potter by luck. Now, when you look at the entire story, what do you think of this story? Was he really hardworking? No. Everything took place because of his luck. But remember, the luck does not favor always. Hard work might work out for 98%. Maybe such kind of lucky people you find 2%. So thus, that's all for today. And you have heard a very good story. And be in touch with us and see you in the next video. Thank you one and all. Hello students. I welcome you all once again to K. Venkana Junior College. This is Mr. Joseph. And now we are dealing with project class 10th by K. Venkana Junior College. I welcome you all once again for our 10th class discussion of the glossary. Unit 2, reading C, the brave potter. Now if you look at the glossary, the first word is nod off. The word nod off is a phrasal verb. Nod off is to fall asleep, to sleep completely. And here it's not complete sleep, it's a half sleep. You know, when you listen to a drowsy session or something else, or almost before sleep, you just keep nodding off. So this is what called a nod off. Next one is would rather. Okay, so here the word would rather is used or preferred to something else. So here that is also a phrasal verb. So would rather means prefer to. And the next one is broke out. So here the word broke out is a phrasal verb, and the word broke out means started. So that is what we mean by the word broke out, started. Your Majesty. So it's a very common word that you listen in so many stories. As you all know, I guess children really love to read so many stories, that too the stories related to kings and so many other people. So here generally the word Your Majesty, you just look in so many stories when you address a king or a queen. So way of addressing a king or a queen as a mark of great respect to them. So that is what we talk about. Next one, gates of the city. So the word gates of the city is a phrasal verb. As you know, in olden days there used to be so many kingdoms, and for every kingdom, in order to protect their kingdom, they used to have one gate for the city. And even to today, when you go to our India border or even near the state borders, we have certain kind of arrangement where to say that this is our boundary. So this is the meaning of gates of the city. In the old times, the city was well protected by huge strong walls and doors against enemies' attack. So in order to protect from the enemy's attack, they used to maintain walls and doors and everything very strongly. So even if you go to Golconda, you can see so many walls and then everything. So if you go to, if you just look into okay, the Google about China wall, you can say a very big wall in order to protect themselves. So this is what we can understand about gates of the city. Next one is at dawn. So here at dawn means, dawn is a phrase, at dawn. So at dawn means early morning or at the time of sunrise. So at the time of sunrise or in the morning, okay, or early morning, we call it as at dawn. And then for this opposite is dusk. So here, so this is what we call about, this is the opposite of it. Next, bare hands. So here generally we say bare hands means empty hands, not having anything. But you know here bare hands means not in this particular situation, in this story, bare hands means without any weapons, without wearing any weapons or without taking any weapons. Okay, so that is the meaning here. So bare hands. And here the next word is cheering crowds. The word cheering crowds means a large gathering of people shouting in joy. So here all the people started shouting when the potter was walking in the streets. So here cheering crowds means people, those who are shouting at him as a mark of joy, or you know, as a mark of appreciation, as a mark of admiration. So this is what called cheering crowds. So these are the different words, the different vocabulary which I found a bit problematic to the students. Anyway, I think if you find some more words, no matter, you can share with your friends, and then you can also learn some more meanings. So that's all for today, children. Thank you once again. See you in the next video. Bye.